Today's devotional comes from Ephesians chapter 5, verses 15 through 17. Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of the time, because the days are evil. Therefore do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is.
A few of you may recall a sitcom from the 50s entitled My Little Margie. A phrase from one of the episodes that stands out to me is, "Time is money, look in the clock." Apparently some money had been hidden in the clock in the living room, and a parrot in a nearby cage revealed the secret. Now, I'm afraid this is all that I really recall from this series. The phrase, however, does reflect the reality that time is valuable, and once it is gone, it cannot be reclaimed. It must be managed wisely. On the other hand, in our desire to be good stewards of the time, it can become our taskmaster. We can become enslaved to it. We check our watch every few minutes. We become anxious about a deadline that is slowly slipping away. We live under the banner that if we are on time for a meeting, we are actually late. If we live this way, we can develop ulcers and become anxious. It can also result in a self-centered focus. People become an obstacle to achieving our goals, and we tend to use them rather than value them. In contrast to viewing time this way, consider Jesus. Have you noticed that he never seemed in a hurry? He always had time for people. When one of the rulers of the synagogue, whose daughter was near death, when he knew that Jesus was near, he found him and begged him to come heal her. Jesus immediately stopped what he was doing and followed him. And on the way, a woman who had suffered a discharge of blood for 12 years interrupted his plan. She came up and touched Jesus and was immediately healed. Now, Jesus did not ignore her or scold her, but rather addressed her patiently and with compassion. Then there was the woman at the well. Jesus didn't see her as a distraction, but as an opportunity. Then there was Zacchaeus. He was viewed as a divine appointment and not an irritation. The blind man at the side of the road who Jesus healed brought glory to God. Was that not why Jesus came, to bring salvation to people and glory to the Father? Jesus was aware of time, but not controlled by it. He lived within the time constraints that God had allotted him. He knew that there was a coming hour when his time on earth would be over. As long as Jesus' hour had not come, he faithfully used the time he had in ways that ministered to people and brought glory to the Father. Consider one of Jesus' last prayers recorded for us in John 17. When Jesus had spoken these words, he lifted up his eyes to heaven and said, "Father, the hour has come. Glorify your Son, that the Son may glorify you." Jesus looked carefully how he walked, making the best use of the time God had allotted to him. I will close with a line from Moses' prayer in Psalm 90. Teach us to number our days, that we may present to thee a heart of wisdom.